The Industrial Revolution began in Europe, specifically Great Britain, in the late 18th century, driven by technological advancements like the steam engine and power loom. This era saw a shift from agrarian societies to industrialized ones, with factories emerging as centers of production. The revolution quickly spread to other parts of Europe, transforming economies and societies. Coal and iron became essential resources, fueling the growth of industries such as textiles, mining, and transportation. Urbanization accelerated as people migrated from rural areas to cities in search of work, leading to new social challenges and the rise of a working class. The air in London, Manchester, and Birmingham grew thick with soot. The clatter of machinery echoed through newly built factories. Children, some as young as 6, worked long hours tending machines. Their small hands were nimble, but the work was dangerous and exhausting. Families crammed into small, unsanitary tenements near the factories. Disease spread quickly through the overcrowded neighborhoods. Despite the hardships, many were drawn to the cities by the promise of work and wages. The steam engine, invented by James Watt, became the workhorse of the Industrial Revolution. It powered factories, mines, and trains, increasing productivity and efficiency. The power loom, invented by Edmund Cartwright, revolutionized the textile industry. It automated the weaving process, allowing for mass production of cloth. The demand for cotton grew, fueling the expansion of plantations in the Americas, where enslaved people were forced to cultivate the crop. The iron industry also boomed, driven by the need for materials to build machines, bridges, and railways. New methods of smelting iron ore were developed, making the process more efficient. Coal mines sprang up across the country, providing fuel for the steam engines and iron furnaces. The network of canals and railways expanded rapidly, connecting industrial centers and facilitating trade. Goods and raw materials could be transported quickly and cheaply, further stimulating economic growth. The rise of factories led to a new division of labor. Workers specialized in specific tasks, increasing efficiency, but also making work more monotonous. Factory owners grew wealthy, while workers struggled to make ends meet. The gap between the rich and the poor widened, creating social tensions. New social classes emerged, including a growing middle class of professionals and managers. These individuals played a key role in the development of industry and commerce. The initial phase of industrialization laid the foundation for further technological and economic developments. It also created new challenges, such as pollution, poverty, and social inequality. These issues would continue to shape the course of history in the centuries to come. The seeds of a new world had been sown, a world powered by machines and driven by innovation. The textile mills, with their spinning jennies and power looms, became iconic symbols of the era. These mills churned out vast quantities of cloth, transforming the way people dressed and lived. The relentless pace of the machines dictated the rhythm of life for many. The factories were often dangerous places, with unguarded machinery and poor ventilation. Accidents were common, and workers often suffered injuries or illnesses. Despite the risks, people flocked to the cities in search of a better life. The promise of regular wages and new opportunities proved irresistible for many families. The expansion of trade networks also played a crucial role in the Industrial Revolution. Goods were transported across continents, creating new markets and driving economic growth. The development of new financial institutions, such as banks and stock exchanges, facilitated investment. This fueled further industrial expansion. Innovations in agriculture also contributed to the Industrial Revolution. New farming techniques and technologies increased food production, supporting the growing population. The enclosure movement, which consolidated land ownership, displaced many small farmers. This forced them to seek work in the cities. The social and economic changes brought about by the Industrial Revolution were profound. They transformed the way people lived, worked, and interacted with each other. The rise of capitalism as a dominant economic system reshaped societies. It emphasized individual initiative and competition. The Industrial Revolution also had a significant impact on the environment. Pollution from factories and mines damaged ecosystems and threatened public health. These environmental consequences continue to be felt today. As Europe industrialized, the effects rippled outward, touching distant lands. The Industrial Revolution expanded beyond Europe, significantly impacting the United States and Asia. In the US, industrialization took hold in the 19th century, spurred by abundant natural resources, a growing population, and entrepreneurial spirit. The nation was ripe for transformation. The development of railroads and the expansion of factories transformed the American landscape. Vast stretches of farmland gave way to sprawling industrial complexes linked by iron rails. These railways became the arteries of a new industrial body. Cities like Pittsburgh and Chicago became hubs of manufacturing, drawing in waves of immigrants seeking opportunity. They arrived with dreams and calloused hands, ready to work. The air grew thick with smoke, and the pace of life quickened to a relentless rhythm. The relentless machines never stopped. Factories churned out steel, textiles, and machinery, fueling the nation's westward expansion and economic growth. This fueled not only the economy, but also a sense of national pride. Meanwhile, in Asia, countries like Japan embarked on rapid industrialization in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, adopting Western technologies and adapting them to their own contexts. They looked to the West, but forged their own path. The Meiji Restoration marked a turning point, as Japan embraced modernization to resist Western imperialism. It was a moment of profound change and ambition. Factories sprang up in cities like Tokyo and Osaka, producing goods for both domestic consumption and export. Smoke billowed from their stacks, mirroring the West. The samurai class transformed into industrialists, and the nation's military might grew alongside its economy. Old ways gave way to new ambitions. However, this rapid industrialization came at a cost, as traditional ways of life were disrupted and social inequalities widened. The rapid change left many behind. This led to increased global trade, competition, and interconnectedness, reshaping international relations and power dynamics. The world was becoming increasingly intertwined. The world became a smaller place, as goods, ideas, and people flowed across borders with unprecedented speed. The flow of goods and ideas reshaped cultures. European powers sought new markets and resources in Asia and Africa, leading to colonialism and exploitation. This dark side of industrialization cast a long shadow. The United States emerged as a major economic and political force, challenging Europe's dominance. A new world power was rising. Japan's rise as an industrial power challenged the existing world order, setting the stage for future conflicts. The old order was crumbling. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution continues to shape the world today, influencing economies, societies, and environments across the globe. Its fingerprints are everywhere. The factories that once symbolized progress now stand as reminders of environmental degradation and social inequality. They are monuments to both triumph and tragedy. The technologies that transform the world continue to evolve, raising new questions about the future of work and society. What will the future hold? From the steam engine to the smartphone, the Industrial Revolution's impact is still felt in every corner of the globe. Its reach is undeniable. Its innovations propelled humanity forward, but also left a complex legacy of challenges to overcome. We must learn from the past. The echoes of its transformative power reverberate through our modern world. The echoes continue to resonate. The rapid advancements reshaped not only the economy, but also the very fabric of society. Social structures underwent significant transformations. New industries created new jobs, but also new forms of exploitation. Workers faced harsh conditions and long hours. The rise of factories led to the growth of urban centers. As people migrated from rural areas in search of work, cities became crowded and unsanitary. Technological advancements, such as the telegraph and the printing press, revolutionized communication and the spread of information. News traveled faster than ever before. The Industrial Revolution also spurred advancements in medicine and sanitation, leading to increased life expectancy. People began to live longer lives. It was a time of unprecedented change and transformation.